Around the time of 1820, most of the Germans immigrated to the United States. It was about 1.5 million Germans that decided to settle in the U.S., and the numbers just kept going up in the 19th century. Settlers wrote to their families and friends back home. They wrote about how amazing it was to be there and the opportunities that the U.S. had to offer. These letters influenced others to go, and this began the chain of migration. They also came here because they wanted more freedom that they didn't have in Germany. They seek freedom from political, religious, and German army refuge when coming to America. Most Germans settled in Pennsylvania, New York, or Virginia.
As you can see, Germany had the most immigrants come to the U.S. from 1920 to 1999 compared to Russia and Spain, and is very close to Mexico's numbers. As these are the numbers of Germans coming to the U.S. from 1920 to 1999.
Some of the complications that they had while they were already in the U.S. was that they had started making their own German language schools, churches, and by 1910 the U.S. had 544 German language newspapers. The U.S. didn't like it, so they started a sentimental, and this made Americans be against anything German. Some states banned German language schools. They were even removing any German books from the libraries. To prevent from being in problems or getting killed by any mobs against anything German, they stopped speaking German in public and changed their names to ones that they thought sounded like English names.
These Germans fought ruthlessly against the Americans, but they paid a heavy price in casualties. Nearly 1/4 of them died from illnesses, and another quarter may have died in combat. It is not known exactly how many of the German troops remained in the United States after the war, but their number was high. Through the half-century following the Revolutionary War, German immigration increased steadily, although much of the prosperity that German immigrants enjoyed in North America was based on their success in agriculture. Germans played a leading role in opposing slavery, which provided much of the farm labor in southern U.S. states. Some of the German leaders in the American abolitionist movement were political refugees from the many failed revolutions of 1848 in Europe who came to the United States filled with liberal ideals. The largest number, however, were in the North. During the Civil War, about 176,000 German immigrants fought for the Union. The largest number, however, were in the North. During the Civil War, about 176,000 German immigrants fought for the Union. There was 2 world wars between the U.S. and Germany. During World War I, anti-German sentiment raged. Many German Americans changed their Germanic surname to avoid retribution. Between the 2 wars, thousands of Germans fled the Nazi regime and came to America. While there was some anti-German sentiment, it was much less smaller that suffered by